All right. The deciding game in the semifinals here. Still Justus on the right side with 4-color, non-green aggressive spells.
Sounds about right, yeah.
And Felix on the left side with Selesnya aggro.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm wondering if someone is favored in this matchup. Because
well, I can tell you someone is favored.
the thing is, Justus has all the cheap burn spells, which can interact with the early game stuff. But if he doesn't have them, then Felix can go quite ham. So
here we see Justus throwing away a hand with only a Caracas. Pancrat seems to be like an insanely powerful card in this matchup, right?
I would go that way.
No, I mean, you play
it's
Pancrat,
fine.
then you discard, and then your opponent is very likely not attacking anymore.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I like pack rates in general, but I don't know if it's good in that matchup because you don't have the time to just create 2/2s and then 3/3s against usually 4/4s, I would say. I don't know.
Yeah, and here we see Felix keeping this hand, which
is way worse than the last hand, which he mulliganed on 7, I would say.
Yeah, the leash is a very important card. It's always the hidden factor of, maybe I can sneak it into play.
Yeah,
like if your opponent plays Liliana of the Veil, which I'm not sure Justus is playing, but I guess not.
Yeah, let me check. I don't think so.
Yeah,
maybe.
Double back seems kind of harsh.
Yeah, cool. No, he doesn't play it. And it doesn't go well with his like cheap spells. He doesn't want to discard them anyway.
Maybe Caracas is a very good card. There's also Wasteland. So
I don't know.
There's definitely some decisions.
Yeah, I mean you can work with that hand, but I am not a huge fan because the leech is only coming turn 4 and turn 1 isn't anything doing, like he doesn't do anything meaningful on turn 1.
Justus still has 1 land, but there's Serum Visions, and that looks
That's tempting, but
I would keep that.
He has Lightning Bolt, Collective Brutality, and Lightning Helix. That's insane. Like, it's exactly what you want against the deck.
Yeah, I think the odds of drawing any land is basically, I don't know, like 70-80%. For me, it would be 40, but...
well, for me, it would be 10. So, there you go.
So, Serum Visions. Yes. Scry 2. Nope. We blanked.
And another Fire Ice. Oh my god, it's so much interaction.
Well, I guess that's the 5%. Yeah, let's say it's about even to draw a land or not, which is certainly not true, but it was easier. If you get a look at 4 cards, so that would be 50%, 25%, 12%, 6%. Let's round it up. So you have 10% of not drawing a land, and that's a wasteland. Oh, God.
Oh, right. There was that, yeah.
All right. Oh, but the black land that comes into play untapped.
That's strong. Yeah, that's an easy tutor here.
That's strong. that is strong. Well played by Justus on the I mean, the line.
That would have been so brutal. It's also really ballsy from Felix. I don't know if he has a read, but on the draw, playing a wasteland is usually not a thing you want to do, except for when you have mana elves or something. So having that read here is kind of huge.
Well, you should have read the top card also. Wow. But I mean, that must be one of the biggest swings from I lost completely to we're good.
And to be honest, right now the Imperial Seal is overperforming so much. Like usually it shouldn't be creating that much value, but at this point it's the best card he could do on it. Besides the land, I guess.
It's expensive for no reason, right?
No, okay. I mean, like, compared to other tutor spells.
Another land. Insane. Yeah.
That's how we play Magic.
Well, it's easier when you put them on top, right?
So
this is Search for Scandal. That should almost seal drawing lands for at least a while.
You said the same thing about the Serum Vision, so I don't know.
That's why you say almost.
I mean,
Nobody can argue with almost.
Yeah, it's true. It can be between 1% and 80%.
I think mathematically almost is everything but infinite and a finite amount.
Yeah,
and there are
probably.
definitely finite cards in your library.
You can never go wrong with that. I like that. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, now we see the pride match, which actually, or do you play the? Oh no, you can play the Doma command. Oh,
Yeah,
you have to. Yeah.
That's a bit awkward because none of the modes on Dromoka's commands can be cast with no creatures in play.
Yeah, except sacrificing an enchantment. So that's why you can get rid of the Ascanta, and I think you would play the Dromoka's command if you could.
Yeah, so I think this is this is being asked right now. Okay, and there we go. Quasali Pride Mage is the deal, but I mean Talia into Leech is very good. And
for sure.
Here, Packrat is going to hit the bin, and then the guaranteed land. Nope. Ooh, counter spells kinda tilting.
You have to kill the Pride Mage, right? You can't let him attack with.
Yeah, you need this as counter, but he's doing it with a morph.
Oh, that's interesting because now he gets rid of the Dromoka's command as well, and usually I wouldn't be a fan of the discard for spells against the Lesnia.
I think there are so many spells that could be harmful.
I don't know which spells
I think the spells are just potentially very dangerous. Like there's Green Sun Zenith, there's maybe any tutor, like a Lightened Tutor, maybe Swords. I don't know if that's good.
I'm pretty sure if he has a Green Sun Zenith at this point, he wouldn't play a Quasali Pride Match on turn 2. First of all, because he can't activate it against the Ascanta, and second of all, he has played a Wasteland, so he would tutor up a Deathrite Shaman or another Mana Elf, I think. So you can assume there will be no swords. Like you don't care for swords or path. You don't care for Green Sun Zenith because it's most likely he doesn't have it. So I'm not a fan. But
maybe the idea is to flip Ascanta sooner.
Okay, I can see
this. Ascanta will be flipped next turn, right? If you put the top card into the graveyard, or if you cast Lightning Bolts in your upkeep.
Yeah, I can see that. Although having a counterspell against green-white at some point isn't the worst thing if you clear off the board with all the other spells.
Definitely.
But yeah, I can see that with the Ascanta for sure.
Would you have maybe discarded the Helix over the counterspell?
No. I think all three of the cards are much more important than the counterspell because
but they all do the same, which a counterspell does not, right?
Yeah.
Like if you kill two small creatures with the burn spells, you have still something. For example, none of them answer a leech.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So counterspell would do that.
Yeah, or Planeswalker. Yeah,
all right, trigger on stack. It resolves.
It's a Baleful Strix which you can't cast. Wait,
what happened? Okay, so he says Baleful Strix is
it's
good enough
against the
later because you can flip it next turn. I guess that's very reasonable.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's yeah. Wow.
So you play the Leech and next turn the Sword?
Yeah, and Justus is going to assume that Baleful Strix is supreme, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh god, that is so bad.
I mean, it would be so... Oh my god. Yeah, he kills Strix, he draws a card, deals 6 damage. Oh my god.
So let's see. Upkeep as counter.
It's funny because he's happy if he finds a land for the Strix, but if he doesn't, he wouldn't have the Fire Eyes for the equip.
Yeah.
Okay, now he flips the Ascanta.
Yeah, okay. Wow, this is so dangerous.
Okay, now he draws Dixu time, which is really tempting. But he has to play the Strix here, right?
So what are you doing now? You cast Dig Through Time. Okay.
So he's fine with taking 4 damage.
He just wants to find lands.
He wants to find the Sword to Plowshares, I'm pretty sure.
Oh god. Oh, that's not happening, right? No.
We will see.
No.
That would be okay. No swords.
So Vindicate, Ajani, Tainted Pact, which is technically a sword, right?
I mean, that means the sword will connect.
Tainted Pact actually also could get you Force of Will. Like that would be something that prevents immediate death.
Wow. Yeah, but you lose 3 cards.
Yeah,
and still
yeah.
have a 4/4 body against you. That's
Well, you
that's
don't
why.
lose 3 cards, right? The tainted pack gets the force.
Oh, right.
Question is, do you want to take a land or not?
The
Do
thing
you
is, if
go
you do
for
that, like you won't actually business to win the game. So I would be intrigued to take the 10 spec and I guess the Vindicate. Or maybe
that's so hard. So he decides for fetch land
land.
and
Oh
tainted
yeah.
pack.
No,
Okay.
no. He takes a land, of course. He needs a land. So yeah, that's the most flexible thing he can do. So I agree with
Land
that.
also has the upside that maybe you can get a planeswalker next turn. Like if your opponent doesn't do anything, you can get Jace.
Oh, and by the way, he doesn't get blown out now because he can tap the leech before it attacks.
Oh, yes. Okay. So this is insane. The way that worked out was absolutely unbelievable because now Eustace is set against anything. Yeah, because then let's say the leech will be tapped, he can look for something that destroys the sword and everything is not
Yeah,
as dangerous anymore. So
and
equip.
And by the
Eustace
way,
to
I
fetch.
don't, yeah, and I don't like that he plays the Caracas, just a minor thing, but you can play the planes and hide the Caracas because he's going to tap it out anyway. So yeah, there's no value in showing your opponent you have it.
Is there
But that's
value of discard? No, right.
no, he
You're
has
never
2 cards
losing
in
it
hand.
from your hand.
Yeah, I mean there could be something like him, but him to 2, but
Ah,
I think yeah, yeah, maybe that's a small percent. But does your opponent have time to castle him if you have a guild
well, if the
leech?
leech dies now, which is
Yeah,
unreasonable but possible,
the
then that
thing
would be.
is, yeah. Okay, so we tap the leech in response, I guess, and then play Tainted Pact on swords, I guess,
So
next turn.
Felix kind of plays a mini game of equipping the sword before the creature dies, and Justus probably has a decent answer with Tainted Pact, which but also takes him a turn. Justus basically only wants to have turns free for Ascanta, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to use Ascanta, your opponent should be out of spells eventually, and then you just ride it home. Oh, Jace.
That's an interesting answer.
Well, Jace doesn't do anything right now.
Thing is, yeah, he has to. Wow.
Oops.
Okay.
Hello.
So the thing is, oh no, he's at 17. He can just say go, I guess.
So now you could
I mean, he could put a
Tainted
whole
Pact a
land.
land. Yeah. The
Yeah.
question is, the land is not that bad, right? If you have Search for Ascanta, you want lands.
Yeah,
But
and you have a Jace and you have a Strix. Like you just want to have the mana. Yeah.
but a Tainted Pact can always be a force of will later. So I like this.
I guess.
And you have a lot of life. Okay, so this is Selfless Spirit. Nice pre-combat in case, I don't know, something kills him.
You mean
Kill
like
shot,
a call
kill
against
shot.
command?
No, kill shot.
No, but you can now kill the creature.
What is happening?
Wait, why are we not casting the call against command on the creature and the sword? Am I missing something?
Not sure.
That's a 2/1 thing which gives indestructibility, right?
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you just cast Color Guns command and take 4? I'm confused.
It looks like he's looking for something very specific, which I can tell you from experience kills you a lot. Okay, sword it is.
But that's bad. I think that's not right.
Well, I mean, it's technically the same, right?
No, the Color Guns command gives you a 2/1. Now it doesn't. Because now
Yeah,
it fix the creature and
then you cannot kill the spirit.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I mean, you have to run out your elf and even equip the elf probably, not the spirit.
This saves you damage, though.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, he's at 17.
So now Kolagan's command again kills the artifact and the creature. Oh, and he kills the elf. Wow.
Yeah, I like that though, because now you can protect the elf from destroy things. I don't know which one, but
Yeah, but now we see it's much worse.
yeah, no, it's oh my god.
Isn't it insane when your opponent just now top decks Kolagan's command? They couldn't have had it before. They would have played it, right?
Of
Right?
course, of course. Oh my god. Maximum tilt.
You see, that's also the added confusion value. It's like,
Nice. Yeah, I mean, you don't. Yeah, you just play the. You can't
let
play.
me see.
What's it doing? Can't you just play the Strix and the Cola Guns?
Let me see how I tap my game-winning spell here. Yeah, those like this.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems about right.
You had to top deck that, right? Like, there's no way in hell you had this last turn. Oh,
And
no.
Strix.
That's a tilt value.
I'm not a person that speaks like preemptively, but this game seems over.
I mean, the best thing you could draw from the top as a Celestia deck right now would be a Sword of Fire and Ice, I think. So
That's bad. Yeah. I mean, is there a witness in the deck?
let me check.
So witness would be, if witness would actually be played, I think that would make it.
No, there's no witness.
Should I play witness?
Well, let the blue deck do their blue game stuff, blue deck stuff. I mean, he has already his Lightning Helix for the 2-top village, so yeah, that seems like pretty over.
So I have a question, right? With all those new cards that come into the decks,
Yeah.
how do you ever possibly decide which cards you take out?
I don't know, flip a coin?
Yeah, but that,
I don't know.
mean,
I guess it depends on what your last impressions of the cards were. Like, usually old cards stay in the deck, but newer cards which you might have added in the past. By the way, there's a card which can bring you back in the deck, in the game. It's called Palace Jailer.
Well, it's unfortunately being countered, Palace Jailer. No, it's not.
No. He has to kill the treetop village because it's attacking the Jays.
Oh.
So I like the attack
Also,
here first.
Yeah, also well played then attacking first. It's great.
And yeah,
Okay.
let me tell you, this is not a
got me
real
covered.
magic card. That is not a real magic card.
Palace
Palace Jailer
Jailer?
is, yeah, it's really a busted card, which is just stupid. It can bring you back in games where you shouldn't come back from. That being one of them. I mean, for now, right? The thing is, Justus already has the best answer to that in his hand in form of Lingering Souls, which is quite good against Monarch.
He got everything covered.
Yeah, I mean, his starting hand was busted, right? He didn't have any lands, only good cards.
Palace Jailer.
And you can see how his deck comes together, right? With all the cheap spells, he's not playing expensive stuff, like just tempo, small value spells.
And he still uses all the mana every turn, right?
Yeah, it's really efficient. So now we have the Monarch on the side of Felix.
Rishka Pima Renegade.
That's an interesting card. I died to that last week. It's really unfortunate. Okay, so on top of the Lingering Souls, he now has also a Creeping Tablet, which is really good against Monarch.
Well, like being Monarch with Palace Jailer is nice, but it's also pretty bad if your opponent ever gets it.
True. But I would argue that there isn't any card on the deck left, which gives him at least a chance of coming back.
Do you play more creatures because you kept losing to being like Monarch cards?
Oh, for sure. That plays a small amount of the decision, but I also played another deck for some time, like for 2 months or something, called Pattern Vector, and I added, of course, Palace Jailer, right? And usually you kill with the deck via combo with Protein Hulk, but I realized that most of the time I just go for the Jailer and just win the game with card advantage, playing the mid-range, the mid-range Upsun gave, and I was like, wait, that's weird. Why go I should do other things with the deck. So.
Yeah, I give you this turn 2 combo deck. Wait a minute. I found this mid-range value plan.
I could draw cards instead, so I go with that. So yeah, for sure, that played a role. So now we see the Lingering Souls. Felix gets one more trigger from the Monarch. I mean, the Leech is kind of good against Lingering Souls. It's a very fine draw against that.
The Steel Leaf champion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it also unfortunately takes up all the green mana.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't. Oh, right. He can't add 2 creatures, right?
Well, you can, but then you can't attack with the Palace Jailer.
The question is, do you have a read on your opponent? Maybe he just wants to use the Search Force counter. Maybe you throw in the other creature first. I don't know. I think you have to go for the champion here.
Okay, Palace Jailer attacks. Jace down to 1. Here we have.
It's also important that you deny your opponent there's counter activation, even if he has a counter spell. Yeah.
And that's evaded. And that's turn.
One more card from Monarch. Oh, that's not the worst. Not the best either. So.
Let me brainstorm first. No. Let me get king first. So much easier to brainstorm when you're the Monarch.
For sure. Drawing 5 cards a turn is a really nice thing.
Well, you technically only draw 4.
Is that right? What, you have your draw step, then you have your brainstorm?
Yes.
And then you have your Monarch. That's 3
so
cards.
which card do you draw at end of turn?
The Monarch one.
Yeah. But which card do you draw?
Oh, the one you put back?
Yes.
Yeah, but technically you do 5 cards. If there won't be a card which counts the times you draw a card this turn, it would be 5. Hashtag technically correct.
It's the best kind of correct.
Exactly. So what's that? A treasure cruise on top of all. Let me draw some cards first. Yeah, this game is over. Even Jada can't you bring back from that?
He's very strong, but some things he cannot change.
He cannot beat Jace into souls, into counter spells, into treasure cruise, into everything. Yeah. For instance, every singleton deck on Modo, on the daily challenges or leagues or whatever that is, the dual commander decks, every deck with white plays the jailer. And they most of the time only play 3, 4, 5 creatures. And he's one of them. He's just, I mean, even Legacy, right? He sees a lot of play in Death in Texas.
Yeah, and he's usually one of the cards that can swing the game from unwinnable positions.
Mm-hmm.
I think we also saw that in the Pro Tour, in one of the Legacy games.
Oh, right. It won the Legacy event, right? The deck with the jailer?
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that?
No. The modern, no, I don't know. Yeah, I think you're right.
I think Chapin had a podcast named Palace Jailer won the Pro Tour or something. I'm not sure, but
could be. Could very well be. So how do you ever decide what to do when you can do everything? Like, so system overflow.
The question is, why don't you give up as a Leslie player right now?
Why would you give up? I mean, if you maybe
I know that the game's over. Like, I'm not that kind of person which I'm kind of that person which plays games out just for the possibility that my opponent makes a mistake. But at this point, what should happen that I still win the game? Like, I don't know. I mean, it's a semi-finals game, so I'm not blaming him. But yeah, this game.
It could be a call from his mother that she won the lottery and he has to come right away.
Right.
But
I mean, there's no line of play in your deck which gets you back from this position. Pretty sure. I think it's 0% chance you can lose from that position.
Justus could always draw a Black Lotus. And believe it or not, the chances are even higher if you draw a lot of cards each turn.
I believe that. Why didn't you play the guitar pit? I mean, not that it doesn't matter, but
so loose.
Yeah, pretty loose. Okay, now what? Now we tap a land. What? He's tapping the volcanic. I thought he's tapping the Ascanta so he can resolve his creature.
I mean, if Felix wins this game, this is the stuff Hollywood movies are made from, right? Like, the odds are against him. There's nothing that seems to go his way. one man against Jace and the Monarch.
Yeah. Okay. That's a lot of spells for the Askanta. Askanta is such a beautiful card. I love this card so much. It's exactly what blue needed, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So
I like how old card always gets better with some new things. Like Mental Note wasn't played for ever.
for sure. Mhm.
And then as soon as Delph from Khans of Tyr came,
Yeah.
Mental Note.
Ooh. And Thoughts Go as well.
Yeah, definitely. Like the
Wait. He's countering the thing? The creature?
why not?
I mean, why? I mean, I just said, how can he lose from that position? But those kind of plays can lead to I mean, you have 4 tokens, and what?
I'm pretty sure Justus could discard his hand and skip the turn and still.
Probably. I mean, he has a Tarsigu and he has so much stuff. He doesn't lose a Monarch. He can just jump. I don't understand.
Maybe this is just a point of you're enjoying the game so much you just want to play.
Yeah. We still had all these.
I'm casting Mental Note, and then Tarsigur draws some cards.
He just wants to see all his foils getting in the graveyard, I'm hit.
Yeah. Man, I just got my new Imperial Seal in foil. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I already played it in the beginning, right?
So you could argue that you plus Jace here for your opponent's library instead of drawing another twirling cards. No, of course not.
Or you could also not do it.
Yeah, okay, so let's add some insult to injury and play another creature, I guess.
I feel like we should put a timer next to Justus. Just how many minutes we're wasting watching this.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not just his fault. It's like he has to play it.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's fine.
Okay, finally the man hand.
Oh, there's something very potent. But there's Richard in board.
Why don't you play the Tarsigur? Okay.
It's too potent.
Oh, because of the Caracas. I see. I accept that.
Rise Academy. Finally something good.
Okay, let's see.
Let's see. Oh!
Oh.
Wow, that's strong.
That's the first step. If your opponent only had a Force of Will in hand.
That's the first step, is kind of.
I mean, it gets rid of the Jace.
It's definitely a first step when you like a caterpillar, or what is it called?
You mean
the one with 1,000 legs? Yay! Yes, we made it.
Congrats.
Okay.
To the
After
finals.
what feels like an eternity, Justus won very easily.
No, it wasn't easily at the beginning.
No, this game?
It was quite tough at the beginning.
Right? I mean, yeah, at the point where he made really good decisions in the beginning. Yeah. Like, especially drawing the land.
Drawing lands from top.
Okay, so let's watch the finals.